Hi, everyone. Welcome to the stream number 6 for Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup AI API. We are coding a wrapper to do AI research in the open source game Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup. So this is an ongoing effort. There's a GitHub with the code. If you'd like to follow along, there's a link down here at the bottom. If you want to be notified of future streams, you can click the subscribe button. We do this every Thursday at 7:30 p.m. for at least 2 hours, sometimes a little longer, and it's fun. So we've been making a lot of progress where we are right now. So a lot of the networking interface has been worked out. We almost have all the game modes supported. The first thing we're going to work on tonight is getting the last game mode supported through the web browser. This is Sprint, which is an interesting challenge if you've never tried it with Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup. It's a separate game mode that's different from the procedurally generated dungeon. So we'll look into that. We'll get that working. And then what's also on the agenda is to, this is just a quality of life feature. So if you're doing experiments or you're testing the agent, sometimes you want to always be able to start a fresh game. And so when you stop your program or you kill your program, you do like Control C or you send an interrupt, then it'd be nice if there was a little code that instead of just exiting immediately, it would actually kill the game so that when you press play again, your agent will just create a new game rather than existing in the middle of the previous game. So we're going to add that feature, and then we're going to start looking at getting item pickup goals and stair goals to work, and we have some other things to work on as well. Before I started, I just wanted to advertise for people who are watching this who may be new to AI research or reinforcement learning. There's a really excellent reinforcement learning virtual school that's happening. So I just wanted to pull that up just to advertise that. It's a great opportunity. It's free for you to attend and watch all of the talks. Give me a second here while I just pull this up. So not this one. We are going to, oh, it's not showing up here. That's funny. I thought I had, yeah, okay. So, okay. I have a standing desk here and it just turned on and scrolled up. So, yeah, let's, gotta change my setup here real quick. 1 second, few technical difficulties. Okay, let me get this so I can show you guys. All right. 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 Okay, cool. So you can see this now. So this is what I wanted to show. So basically, if you, I just found out about this. It looks like a really nice event. So check it out. The URL is rlvs.aniti.fr. And it's spread over a few days. And there's a lot of big names here. Some people at DeepMind, some people at MIT. A lot of them Facebook AI research, etc. So they're going to be doing it from for beginners. So they do expect people to have a master's or be doing their PhD. But if you're interested in reinforcement learning, even if you are an undergrad, who knows? You might sit through it. You might find some of it helpful. It might even just pique your interest and give you some idea, even if you can't understand everything, give you some idea of what topics you might be interested in. And the best thing about these is that in some of their talks, they're bound to demo really cool RL features or videos from like challenges and problems. So yeah, I would say you can see the schedule and everything here. So anyway, just wanted to mention it. If you didn't know about it, check it out at the URL here. So I myself am hoping to watch a few of these talks. So with that, we can go ahead and get started. If I can figure out how to turn this off. Okay, there we go. Still a bit new to streaming. OBS software is great. And yeah, okay. So, all right. So what are we going to work on? So we're going to work on getting the sprint games to work. So just to walk you guys through this. So if we log in as an agent here in the game. So right now we're in the middle of a game, and this is the main game. So we're going to quit this one. And you see these game modes. So we have trunk, we have trunk basically with a custom seed, we have a tutorial. So these three are working, sprint is not working. So we want to get sprint to work. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna pull up our code that connects to the web server, which is this Autobahn game connection. We're using the Autobahn library. Well, that's probably not the best file name for that. We're gonna do a lot of refactoring later on. For now, we're just trying to get the original functionality working. So we have the tutorial working here, the seeded games working here, the regular games working by default. If we go to config.py, we basically want to add the sprint version. So I don't even know what is sent to select the sprint version. So basically to solve that, we're going to use Chrome developer tools. So this is what we've been doing before to figure out what's being sent on the WebSockets. So as you see here, I opened it. It's already selected to network and WebSockets. So I'm just going to do, you have to refresh the page often to get that open. You see the socket has popped up here. Click the socket, and now we can see the messages being sent. And so what we want to see is these messages in green here. This is what's being sent to the server or through the WebSocket when we click or interact on this web page. So I'm going to click on Sprint, see what message comes up here, and that's the same message we'll send through our API. So I'm going to click Sprint. Okay, look at that. Yes, so there's some things being loaded here. Game ID Sprint Web Trunk. How original. That follows the pattern we've seen before. So we're going to add this here as an option so people know. And by the way, I forgot to mention, this stream is casual, informal. If you have any questions about AI, or you just want to chit chat or anything else, just go ahead and say something in the chat. You can just say hi or whatever. And yeah, hope you find it interesting. Okay, so so now we know what message we need to send here. So we're going to go ahead and change this to be Sprint Web Trunk. And then this menu comes up. So I think we're going to, there's these messages are happening when I highlight stuff. So we'll see what happens when I actually select. So, we'll have to write some code to parse this menu. But then let's say I select this one. What is being sent to the WebSocket? Okay. So we will get to choose our species and everything. So I think our previous code will automatically handle that by default. And these were focus menu items. This is the message saying, we're now in the menu species main. So it looks like we sent 97. So we sent this message. So I'm just going to copy this and I'm just going to open a Scratch file, just in, plain text. Just put this in there for now. So this is to select the first sprint in the sprint menu. So actually I want to go back and see, there were a lot of these. Let's just escape out of this. Let's do it again. Click sprint. And now you have a choice of maps. So the menu ID here, so sprint menu of maps can be identified by this message, right? And this is, by the way, let me know if, I don't know if there's any audio resolution errors, just give me a holler. Okay. So this is what we sent. So we'll have to see. This actually may not be true. So it's it'd be great if we could see the binary messages here, but at least I don't know how to get Chrome web development tools to show the binary message. So okay, so this was 97. I'm guessing this is going to be key 98. Yes, key code 98. So that's how we selected. So this is the first sprint map, and then we know that 98 is the second one. So we're going to use this to know which map we're going to choose. And just like we have a tutorial number, so I actually just want to back up here. Let's just do this again. So there's A through I options here. And yeah, I think what we're going to do is we're going to go into config, just like we have tutorial number, we're going to add sprint map letter. So for now, we'll just do A. Just add a comment. This corresponds to the menu where you choose the map for the sprint. For example, sprint 1, red Sonia is the letter A. Okay, so we got this. So let's just go ahead and start getting this working. So we got seeded web trunk, we got tutorial web trunk, and I know this we're gonna refactor all this code too eventually. This is not, I don't like these big comments here, but for now, while we're getting everything working, everything's kind of in one place. So in that sense, it's a little easier. But yeah, this is not necessarily the absolute best code. So here we're checking if it's a sprint web trunk. Let's just double check that matches. Yes, it does. And right, so now we want to be in the sprint selection menu. Okay, so because basically what's going to happen is sprint web trunk is going to be sent here, right? This is the game ID. Game ID here is this, right? So this is what's going to be sent. And then we're basically going to get a whole bunch of messages back. And we're printing out the messages, so we'll see what we get back, and then we'll deal with it once we see it. And I think for now we can just do this, because I think for now it should just work. So we're gonna log out here as the agent. We can go ahead and get rid of the web tools for now, and we're just gonna hit play, and it should get through, right? Sending Pong, doing the handshake, games. Okay, here we go. Right. Okay, we don't have this value yet. We're gonna add this to our enumeration of menus. So we're gonna have a sprint map, I think is what I called it. Selection menu. We'll just give this the next number. So sprint, and we'll do sprint map. Okay. So this is checking if we're in the sprint menu. So so let's just see if we sending game mode selection message. That means we sent the sprint. So Midka game started. Welcome. You have a choice of maps. Okay. This is gonna, once we've gotten this, we know that we're in the sprint map menu. So here you see menu ID is map main. So I don't think we have map main anywhere else in here. No, we don't. So we can just search for that. So what we're going to do is we have these functions that are performing state checks to see what networking state, where we are in terms of setting up the game, etc. And so we're just going to add, just like we check for inventory menu, we're going to check for sprint menu. Check for sprint map menu. We'll get a JSON message for this. And it's actually not even that complicated, I don't think. It's going to be... so this is tutorial, so title. Yeah, I think we're just going to do this. Well, you know, title, please select your species. Yeah, we're just gonna do the, just like we do the tutorial menu, we're gonna do a similar thing. So, but now, so in the title it says you have a choice of maps. So we're just gonna check for this string. So V is all the possible values that match the key title. And so because we have title is the key here and this big string is the value, this is going to check if this string is a substring of V. And then all we need to do is put this into the function that's doing all the checks. And check for, I think it's sprint, right? Yeah, sprint map menu. I'm gonna give it the JSON message. And if this is true, then we know we're in the menu. So this is where we're gonna set the menu that we're in equal to don't we have a sprint? No, sorry, it is I think it's menu, because it's the enum. Yeah, this is it. So I think this is what I'm gonna do. Let's see, and let's just do a printout right now. Eventually later we're gonna change all these print statements to be logging statements probably. I actually want to do the tutorial. Yes, this is what we want to change. So let's do this. And then we need to update it to be the sprint. And okay, awesome. Thank you, Zora, for the feedback. Appreciate it. Also, just so you guys know, there is a little bit of a delay. So if I don't respond immediately, I won't forget about you. I will get to you eventually. Okay, so all right. Looks like we got the detection of being in the sprint menu. And let's see, is it giving us the options here? Maybe we can go ahead and start parsing. We can get an example of the menu. Start parsing. Oh no, it's well, these are all the map items. These are the choice of maps. So I almost wonder if that should even be an enumeration. I think that's fine. So actually, believe it or not, I think it should just work now, because it's gonna, once you select the sprint, it's gonna go into a character selection menu, and we already have code for dealing with character selection menus when we start games in the other modes. So let's just see if this works. So we're in the lobby, we're doing the Pong handshake. Game start, we're in the map selection. Oh, you know what? Nope, this is it. So we didn't actually send the message yet because here I had changed all this. So, right, menu background knowledge. Oh, we do have, okay, we do have this menu background knowledge. Let's just add this for sprints. Right, we need this anyway, right? Whoa. Key press sent me flying. Okay, So basically, the letter A is going to be 97. I'm pretty sure 97 is the ASCII code for A, so that's probably what it is anyway. So this is probably a little redundant. We could just get the ASCII of the letter. But yeah. Maybe we should just do that if that's the key code. Let's just open up a Python. You know, this is consistent. You know, I've been following the subreddit for r/bad code and programming horror. So I used to follow them a long time ago, and then I recently like redid all their Reddits that I follow, and man, that stuff has made me more self-conscious about my code. So now I'm like paranoid that my code is like terrible, which it's probably not great. I'm not a software engineer by trade. So yeah, it's definitely gonna be some design patterns and other things we'll want to implement later. But it's a learning experience. We're all learning. So we do go all the way to I. So the nice thing about this, if we have this dictionary, I think it's good to have at least this dictionary because this defines the set. Like we could just take what's in the config file and do an ASCII, basically do like a get the ASCII key code for this letter, but we would like something to check whether it's in the bounds, right? We don't want it's not guaranteed to work for all letters. It's just a small set that's in the menu. So it's nice having here, but what we could do is replace all these numbers. Actually, we could just check if it falls within these letters. And if it does, then we just convert the ASCII character. That's probably better code. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. Okay. And we're going to call this sprint map. Sprint map letter to hotkey. Yeah, let's just do that. Okay. So now when we're going to send this message, it's here. Say hotkey is equal to, yeah, basically this is going to be sprint, yes. And then config, web server config. It's going to be sprint map letter. Okay. And then the sprint map selection message will be this. And we will send this message. And we're going to say that we're no longer in a menu. So I think this should work now. Let's try it. In the lobby, doing the handshake. Game started. We're in select species, select background. Ooh, did we get through? Oh, we're in the sprint. Ladies and gentlemen, it's working. We're about to die. We're about to die so hard. The sprints are hard. So they're kind of designed for like optimal play. So basically like you need to do everything optimal. And I think it tends to be, at least in this first one, I haven't tried all of them. There's like a different monster in each room. It's always the same, but you start out with limited items and equipment. So I don't know what the trick is, what some of the tricks or tips are for winning this sprint. But let's watch the agent, see what he does. I'm pretty sure he'll die. Even this first monster is, yeah, the agent dies. Okay. And it should just restart and do it again. So let's just see what happens. Oh, this is great. It just started a new game. Oh, is it working? We had something before. Yeah, I think it's working. Oh, which agent are we running? Yeah, I think it's working. That's great. So you can see the turns happening here whenever the agent successfully executes an action. So to be honest, I think this sprints would be one of the first good reinforcement learning tasks to try because it's not a procedurally generated dungeon layout. So it's going to be the same every time, and it's just smaller, and yeah, the complexity is smaller, less monsters. Okay. All right, so making fast progress here tonight. Let's go to the progress log and mark this off as done. And we've added a new feature. Let's go ahead and kill this, and we should now commit. So I'm just gonna do this so you guys can see what I do. I just do git commit, and then we're just gonna say we sprint game mode now works. Awesome, it's pushed. So if you're following along tonight, you can download it, play with it. Let me know what you think. All right, let's move on to the next thing we're working on. Okay, we want to get auto kill game to work when the script is stopped. Okay, so this is actually where I need to do a little research myself because I don't know off the top of my head how you can, I've done it before in other programming languages. I don't think I've done it in Python, and it's been a while, but you can basically catch the interrupt signal that would normally kill a program. So, and when programs misuse this, it can be a nightmare. So this is sometimes where like, if you try and kill a program, but it just doesn't kill, it doesn't stop. And sorry, I say kill, you try to close a program. And then it just won't. You have to go to Task Manager, and you have to like. So part of that could be, it could be there's some other issue, but one of the things it could be is that the code that's receiving the interrupt signal is just not responding and not shutting down the program like it should. So let's just do a little Googling here. Python. I'm gonna say catch interrupt. Yeah, because I think it's just a SIGINT. Let's see what Stack Overflow says. So register your handler with signal.signal. You press Control C, right? So, and then we'll need to check. I'm running this in PyCharm. So I want to make sure I get it to work for Control C, but I also want to make sure I get it to work for PyCharm. So I assume when you press the PyCharm stop button, it's going to send a Control C, like a SIGINT. But we'll find out. If it doesn't work, then we'll try something else. So this looks like a way to go. Let's try this. Let's just see what year. Ooh, it was 09. I wonder if this is Python 2, right? So we want to make sure. Does anybody say anything? A lot of good discussion here. Okay, in Python 3.4, a keyboard interrupt is thrown when you receive a SIGINT. So let's do that. Let's just do another search real quick. Python 3 catch. Is it keyboard interrupt? Yeah. Okay. Let's check what this has to say. Keyboardinterrupt.org. Wow, someone made a whole website just about this. Okay, they're still using Signal. Okay. They're using this, and it's Python 3. So let's do this. Signal library. Okay. So what are we going to do? I think we're gonna do this. Well, this is a good question. So if we go to main, I don't know if we should do it in main. So maybe we just do it in main here, but really it's going to be running, it's going to be in the WebSocket client factory. So okay, let's just see what we're getting. The keyboard interrupt error when we just stop the agent, like just whenever we feel like it. So let's change. No, we can just keep the same game mode. Let's just change it. And okay, so we're watching the agent. Okay, now we hit stop. Process finished with exit code. We didn't get Okay. We didn't get a keyboard interrupt. I feel like I have seen it before. I'm gonna change the game mode. Well, we're figuring things out tonight, so let's just try the web trunk. In the lobby, sending Pong, game started. Character creation, selecting the weapon. All right, we're good to go. We're good to spectate. Got the agent moving around. And let's stop it. Okay. It's exiting cleanly every time. We're just getting an exit code, -1. Okay. So I'm not seeing that actually. What I wanted to check is if, we're kind of running, so the way the agent is connected to the web server, it's run in this async IO event loop. I'm not an expert on this, but it may not be in the current thread. So basically the concern I have is that if we set up the signal handler in this main function, then it may not be, basically like that handler might not get called if somehow it's the WebSocket client that is, I'm worried basically it won't like get through, like we don't register it at the right place. But this is the main thread. Let's at least just try it here and see if we can get it to work. So let's just go ahead and import signal. And for now, we can just clean up these imports. And so let's just do it like they do it. So keyboard, you know what, actually, That's a good point. I wonder, let's just try this. So the issue I have with the Autobahn library is I haven't figured out how to call functions, how to get the instance of the basically WebSocket client and like call functions on it. So that's why we're doing things like, it's a little funny, but we're doing things like where we are, we set in the config class, we set the AI agent class, right? So instead of just this being like the Python function, we give it the string name, and then we're dynamically loading it in our load AI agent function here, because I couldn't figure out how to just like call one of these functions in main web server. It's not like we can just do, and if anybody knows this, please fill me in. But it's not like we can just do a loop dot, we don't get a function here like load AI. So it's not loop, right? It looks like, DCSS protocol is the class, and this is factory.protocol, but we're not getting like, so we can't do factory.protocol dot. So there is load AI agent, but this doesn't actually like run. So if I do this, I couldn't get this to actually do anything. Although IntelliSense did just pick that up just fine. So I almost wonder, here, this is not instantiating the DCSS protocol. So even though we can call this function, it's almost like we need to do .protocol dot, we almost need to do like .get object or something, or, so there's on connect, on message, on open. So, I'm actually curious if there is such, well, so I was debugging this and I didn't see any possible way of doing it. And now I'm curious again. So, as you can tell, I haven't figured out any of this before. So just figuring it out live. Okay, let's debug it and let's set a breakpoint here. Set debug. Okay, so now we can look at everything, right? Let's just, for clarity, let's remove these. just to make it a little cleaner. But so the coroutine, I don't know if I see anything here that CR frame, F locals, protocol factory. Okay. Headers, log, loop, params. Yeah, I remember looking through this protocol, right? So this is where our DCSS class protocol is. And it is this class, but I don't know if it's like an instantiation. So, okay, for example, if I do a new watch, right, I should be able to do like coro.crcode dot, sorry, it's CR frame. So let's edit this. Coro.crframe dot params. Is that right? Sorry, crframe dot f locals dot, or that's a dictionary. So I think then I can do protocol factory, right? And then I should be able to do dot protocol. So edit dot protocol. But this feels ugly, right? This is totally not the way we're supposed to do it, I'm sure. This seems all like internal stuff. But just to see if it's even possible, protocol is this class. There's not, the thing is that there's not even any functions here. Like there's these protected attributes. Yeah. It's complicated. Factory. So this is the WebSocket client factory. And the protocols at DCSS. So here it's here also. Config attributes. I thought there's gotta be a way. Right? Because then under protected attributes, I had thought that before this is where our stuff was. Okay, now I'm curious. Let's look at Autobahn. Is there such a... What is this? So creating servers. Sorry guys, this might not be the most exciting thing. We're not seeing an AI agent run, but sometimes you just gotta do the grunt work. You derive your protocol class from the base class. We're doing that. Right, okay. So just to show you we're doing that, game connection, if we scroll all the way up, we're doing this, right? So this is the base class, right? WebSocket server protocol, or WebSocket client protocol. This is the server version. But I assume it might be similar. So okay, right. So you're overriding these functions, sending messages. So we're doing all this. Okay. So you create a factory, and then you just create a server using that factory, right? So factory protocol. So you don't actually even, like, you don't even actually get this instantiated thing. I think there's a whole bunch of stuff happening in the Autobahn library that's taking care of things for you, and it's just not exposing that. So, oh, it looks like here, Accept keyboard interrupt. Maybe that's just how we should handle. Well, maybe when we press Control C, we get a keyboard interrupt. But here we're not getting keyboard interrupt through PyCharm. All right, so the handshake connection open. We got all that on close. That's pretty much what we want to do, right? We want to do this on close function, and then actually, how is it doing it? Try loop.run forever, but then if it got this keyword interrupt, do this thing. And so unfortunately, oh yeah, maybe we just do this. You know, this might actually just be the cleanest way to do it. And then, so let's try this actually. I got kind of, I like this a lot. So this loop.run forever. So we're gonna do this and accept keyword interrupt. Learning new things every day. I've never done this exact pattern in Python before. Finally, oh, server.close. Oh, wait, really? Could this just be client? Oh my God, this is mind blowing right now. If this works, I'm gonna lose it because that means that I can rewrite my code to be way cleaner. Whoa. This could be crazy. Okay. But I have to simulate a keyboard interrupt. Okay, I'm just curious now. PyCharm sig int. Let's just see what it says. Oh, which sends sig int. Okay. Let's just try this and see if this works here. I'm just curious. So if we get this, I'm gonna just print received keyboard interrupt. Let's try this. And then we'll just call close. And in this class, let's just check what we're doing in the close function. So ideally in the close function, that's where we'd end the code, where we check the config file. And if the setting just says this, if the setting was saying that we want to exit out of the game when we kill the program, then it would send a bunch of commands before it actually quit. So let's try this. Is it even gonna work? Okay, it's running. Game started. It's playing. Okay. Process finished with exit code. So it didn't do anything. So let's do like Python PyCharm handle exit code -1. No. Shoot. PyCharm, what happens when you stop exit code? Well, yeah. Okay. Code 0. We got exit code -1. Okay, so it looks like this is just calling. This might just be calling like system.exit. Interesting. Python, PyCharm, catch, exit. Catch exit code, -1. Let's, whoa. So this is just saying exit code -1. So it must just be that the program didn't finish naturally. If the program finished naturally, we get an exit code of 0. If there's an error, you get an exit code of 1. And it's just getting an exit code of -1. So let's just see Python catch exit catch system.exit. Is that possible? Okay. Whoa. Okay. Oh, so I think I can just... Okay, cool. So I think it's just as simple as... Okay. Well, this is definitely great if we want to go look at that. Handling exceptions. Okay, so I just want to try that. So let's just say accept keyboard interrupt, or actually, I think we can only do one at a time. System exit. Let's just do as E. And okay. So I think we should catch it now. Running the agent in the lobby, Pong game started. Process finished with exit code 1. I could just run it in the terminal. I'm tempted to just do that. Let's just try it in the terminal. Because I know in the terminal we should get the... what do we want to do here? We want to run it. So I think we need to source it. We have a virtual environment, don't we? Yeah. So in PowerShell we don't have to do that. We can just do dot env bin lib. It's different on Linux. And then there's an activate dot, no. I thought there was, no, sorry, scripts, and then there's an activate dot ps1. Okay, cool. So now we should just be able to do Python main webserver.py. Oh, really? Okay. Whoa. Okay, is this gonna work now? Okay, I wonder. Maybe I'm not using this in my PyCharm. Okay, gotta do Autobahn. It's gonna take a second. Okay. Oh yeah, we need NumPy, come on. All the packages. Oh yeah, that's only if we're on Linux, but I can install it anyway. We're not using it. Okay, so we're running. Cool, so we're running. This is great. Like Midk agent. And now received keyboard interrupt. Client.close. Attribute error. Tuple object has no attribute close. Well, let's... Oh, I want to debug it. But how can I debug it in PyCharm? Shucks. Right? Tuple object. Well, let's just have to print out client. And let's do the same for each of its things. So if it's a tuple, it has two items. Let's print these out. Let's see what we're working with. Okay. So it's running. Client is socket transport. Oh yeah, I think client 1 is what we want. Let's try this. Oh my god, if this works, that's amazing. Oh, this will literally solve all my problems. I didn't realize. I don't think there's any example on some of the initial Autobahn pages. DCSS protocol has no attribute close. Well, but that's just not true, is it? On close. Interesting. But here it says it has no attribute. Right here, if we do this. Was clean code reason. Oh, but you know what? It's calling it. So it seems like it can find it. So that's pretty fantastic. Believe it or not. It's trying to call it. So was clean code reason. I assume was clean is a Boolean. We'll have to figure out what to do here, but let's do clean true on close, because it's, I would say it's clean. And code, this is the exit code. So let's say -1 here. And let's say reason, I don't know reason, I assume it's a string. Let's just say user send sig int. Keyboard interrupt. Let's just do that. Okay. We still got an error though. Oh, the only error was just that the arguments were wrong. Okay. Let's try this. Raise runtime area event loop is closed. So client is this. WebSocket connection closed. Oh, this is exception ignored in proactor-based pipe transport. Yes, see, there's some exceptions being called because this isn't the proper way of doing it, which doesn't surprise me. But, man, I might just do a Stack Overflow question. Closing a connection. Is that, do we do something like this? Like, are we supposed to be doing something like Autobahn dot, which library are we using? Async.io, right. Async.io dot WebSocket. Sorry, dot interfaces. So this is where, to be honest, I want to import. This is just for debugging purposes. Oh, it doesn't like that. Okay. Well, oh, I want to debug it. That's fine. I can debug it here. Debug it here. Let's run the main web server. Nope, sorry. Debug. Okay, so now what I want to do is add a watch here, and I want to do just see what's inside. Okay, here we go. So Async.io has WebSocket client. It has a WebSocket client protocol, but that's what we're extending here, right? Is the WebSocket protocol class here, right? So we just need to figure out how to get the instance. So there's application session. Maybe that's it. Autobahn platform raw socket. WebSocket. You know, I want to step over and I want to see what's in client. This is the protocol. Agent. See, everything's here. Yeah, everything's here. Now it should have a close function though. So this is on close, but we did close before. I think it yelled at us. So let's leave on close. And instead I want to try just close. Yeah, it's so interesting. See, but it doesn't say how to close it. Okay. Connection lifecycle. I want to see this. So opening handshake. Okay, so honestly, I almost wonder if we just do this. Do we just do this? But there's no interface, right? Because I'm not importing it. Okay, now I think it's working. So let's see if we get a close message. Okay. In the lobby, starting the game, the agent's running. Oh, send close is missing one required positional argument self. So what is the channel? When we were debugging, do we have the coroutine? There's the factory. Interesting. How do we get this WebSocket channel? Oh, get channel ID. So the protocol. So should we be able to do channel ID equals dot get channel ID? Can we do anything with that? Okay. What's a client factory? Is this a client for the web server protocol? So let me check this out on GitHub. Autobahn Python. This is where I was before. Go to examples, async IO, WebSocket. And I think I looked at echo or right. So I this is what I found before. I did like I think client.py. Right. So on connecting. Yeah. And then yeah. So this is basically what I have, right? So WebSocket client factory, my client protocol, and then you just do that. So there, I mean, it's kind of limiting, right? So just don't know how you send. Autobahn send. What do we want to do? We want to send. Well, we got it to work before, but it threw all these exceptions it didn't like. I want to go back and see the exceptions because that might give us a clue as to what was happening. Sorry, I don't want to do the second one. That might give us a clue as to what classes we should look at. So let's stop this and let's just run this. All right. Agents starting up again. WebSocket connection closed. So, okay. Proactor base pipe transport. Async IO base events. Maybe we're just supposed to do like coro.close. So let's debug this. Okay, Coro, does this have a close function? No, it doesn't have anything. It's a coroutine object. Am I using this debugger wrong? Oh, there's a close. Oh my goodness. I bet that's what we're supposed to do. Coro dot. But, you know, okay. So there's close and then there's a send. What happens if we do close? Because honestly, this would be good enough for what we have right now. Well, we can still do client equals this. Okay, let's run this. See what happens. Okay, we're getting a runtime error. Exception ignored. That's so funny. Autobahn, proper way to close WebSocket connection. Python. Hmm. Oh, so we have this transport. Okay, let's just debug here. And let's look at the client, the transport, protected attribute. But we're not seeing the functions here. I wish this also showed the functions, but dir client 0. This actually might be what we want. So this has abort, close. Maybe that's what we need to do. Yeah, maybe we just need to do that. Which would be client 0.close. So client 0.close. Let's see if that gives us no exceptions. Doesn't look like it. Huh. Well, let's debug it again and see what we get. What all do we get with the transport? Right. We really want send close. I think that's what it looks like the other ones are doing. So if I just do this is that, I think I already have this, but so this has all the functions closed by me. Just curious if it has send closed. It has send close. Can I just do that? Is it gonna yell? Saved keyboard interrupt. No. Async IO task was destroyed, but it's pending. Jeez. Yeah, I know. Yeah, sorry. We've just been debugging. So let's just, yeah, it's not the cleanest thing, but you know, for a first version, yeah, okay. Sorry, I know that probably wasn't the most entertaining thing. Well, we are able to do this dot on close. So this was working, and we can go here and we can set it to send go through basically a send procedure. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to have a flag that we're going to say we're to exit the game. So we're gonna do self dot begin manual exit. Begin, I don't know. What do we want to say? We're basically begin deleting game. So this is what we're going to do. There's going to be a few steps involved. So basically, if this gets called, we're going to set this to be true. This is what's going to happen. And we're going to say WebSocket connection close on close called. So we're just going to do this. And then it's actually not going to close immediately. Instead, we're going to come here to right here. And we're going to check. So if the game is started, only if the game is started do we need to do anything. Because otherwise, we don't have to do anything. So if that's the case, then... So we're in game started. So if self dot begin deleting game. So if let's go through and manually walk through what's going to happen. And we can, let's go ahead and exit. Oh, so this is actually the process we want to do. So let's go to DevTools, Network WebSocket. We'll do refresh, socket. Double click it, and okay, so this is the game, and we're gonna press Control Q. Whoa, nope. Control Q. Okay, so it's key code 17. So we're gonna send abandon character and quit game. So this is abandon message is basically this. It's the abandon message. And what we're going to do is, so we sent that, and then we type in here, we do yes. Nothing's showing up here, so we press enter, and we sent this, so copy message. So we're going to send this after. And then here we have to send the enter key again. So that's this. So that's send the enter key. And then we need to press the enter key again and again. So 2 more times. So this is the order in which we have to do everything and the number of times. So basically begin deleting game. And not yet, sorry, not self dot sent yes text to delete game. People make fun of me for my long variable names, but it makes the code more readable. Okay. Player died. I thought I had added it here. Oh, maybe towards the end? No? Yeah, wait, we added it. Did I add it somewhere wrong? The wrong place? On close. Oh, maybe we didn't add it anywhere. So sent yes, sent enter, sent enter 1 to delete to delete game. So 2 and 3. So basically we're going to do all of these. And let's check this. Okay. So I'm going to do that. And then otherwise, else if, how was I doing before? I'll just do separate ones. So if self dot begin deleting game and self dot sent yes and not, oh yeah, I was gonna do this. Send enter 1 to delete game. Then we're gonna basically send the first enter. So actually if we haven't sent yes, this is a little confusing. If we want to sent yes, we could instead basically the first thing we need to do is send the queue. Okay. So, you know, we need another one. We need this one as well. That's what we're missing. So then we're going to do this. And then we're going to say then we're going to send yes confirmation string. So we're going to do this. And then we actually need to send it, and then we're going to set this equal to be true. And here we're going to actually send it, and then we're going to do to be true. Okay. So, so if we've sent the yes text and not self dot send enter 1, then we're going to do this. So the reason we can't just all do them together is it's running asynchronously. So okay. And basically we're going to okay. I'll send this, and then we'll set self.sent enter 1 equals to be true. And then we'll just repeat this. Okie dokie. Last one. And then we should be done. Okay, cool. That's it. We can delete all of these. And okay. So now we just actually need to send it, which I think is just doing this. Oh, no, that's too complicated. We just need to do this for the actual message. Okay. Okay. We got 3 enters. We got the yes. We got the key code. Okay, I think we're good. They're all set to false to begin with. And we should see. So basically, we're going to send a close. And then only when this is true will we actually close. So, but the problem is just causing close itself was like closed it, right? We were just printing out a message. We weren't actually closing it. Maybe was it because we called loop.close? Maybe that's why. Maybe we just want to do this. So, okay, let's try this. Okay, let's go back to the terminal. Okay. Oh, sorry. You guys probably couldn't see some of that programming because I was showing the terminal. Sorry about that. Okay. Let's see if this works. So let's hit run. Okay, we're watching the agent. And then let's do control C. Oh yeah, we needed this. Was clean code reason. So let's do true, -1, user sent keyboard interrupt or system exit. Okay, let's do it again. So the agent's running. It's the same one, right? So that didn't work. It didn't kill it, or it didn't abandon the game. Okay, WebSocket connection on close was called. Okay, interesting. So honestly, I wonder if I could just, let's just try this. Let's see if we can do, instead of this, we can just do client one dot, you know, this is terrible, but this is literally just this object. So we could just try to do this. That should trigger it. Obviously it's, I don't know, ugly, but let's not call the onClose. Let's just do this. And let's run it. Okay, it's in the same one. Okay. It received keyboard interrupt. Huh. I wonder why I closed it though. Nothing's actually closed. Oh my goodness. This is terrible. This is because we're in the finally clause. Although, what's interesting is that... Oh, can we ignore that? Python, ignore keyboard interrupt. Yeah, can I just ignore that? We must need a... You know, we must need this. Okay, people liked this solution. Let's just try this. So, I'm just gonna try this. Nothing better than copying and pasting from Stack Overflow. Okay. So basically, I wonder how I set, what's the right way of setting this up? Somehow I need to get this object into here. I mean, maybe I could just define the class inside the scope. It's probably, it's like terribly ugly. Oh my god, I need to figure out like all the proper ways of doing this. Is Python gonna let me do this? Oh, local class is not used. Okay, I wonder how many people are gonna hate this code. Oh well. Right here. I think I can just do... Stuff here will not be interrupted by SIGINT. Do I need to do something this... Okay, y'all, it's 9:05. I am gonna take a little break here. We are still working on trying to figure out the clean, like the kind of a, well, first just a working solution, but then hopefully a clean one to catch the signal interrupt and then send some code to the game, and then have the game, you know, kill the character, like abandon the character, and so that way every time you stop running and you just hit run again, then it's going to show start a new game, basically. So with that, let's take a break, get a snack, and see you guys back here in a few minutes. Okay, and we are back. So, yeah, okay. Let's see. Let's pick up where we left off. So, right. We're looking at this delayed keyboard interrupt class. And basically, what is this? Let's just see what this class is doing. Okay. So, yeah, it looks like this just having a signal handler is all we really need to do. So, and this handler, basically in handler we want to call Yeah, to be honest, I don't know exactly what's happening in this code. Probably because it's meant to be used with this like with capability, and I'm not as up to date on that. I mean, I've used this for like files and stuff, but I haven't done much more than that. And so, yeah, this even the first comment says it may look daunting to some at first. It's the cleanest and most reasonable use solution. You're defining the context manager only once. Right, with line whenever you want to use it. Yeah. So okay. I mean, this is basically the code that I want to So yeah, basically the handler function runs, does something, and then I wonder if we should just do it inside the Audubon class. You know? But we don't have a main function there. Oh man. Okay. I'm thinking I might pause and come back to this. So catching SIGINT is just not really working with this. So what I want to do is we're just going to leave that. We're going to leave that for now. So we'll come back to it. I might post a question or two on not about the AutoKit. I mean, what's really ideal. Okay, so the only reason I was looking into this to begin with was because we couldn't just do like this is working just fine. But the problem is, well, I mean, okay, we could just try and do this inside the accept. But basically, we're doing this and then maybe we could just do a while loop and to like wait until this is true. But then Yeah, actually, I think we could just do that. So let's just try that. How, first of all, let's just do Python multiple exception handling. Yes, this is what I want. The second one. Okay. Okay, cool. So we can do this. Right. And beautiful. Okay, so now we only need one of these clauses. And let's just do everything we were doing before. But let's do it in here. Right? And then here we should be doing, you know, this. And maybe this. Although, yeah, let's just do these. I don't even think we need to do that. But so what we're going to do is we're going to set begin deleting game equals to true. Let's see if that works. And then we're just going to check. So while client one, and we'll change this with a variable too later, but while not sent, and we have to go find it manually here. Basically, it's going to be the last thing we send. So here, this. If this is true, yeah, we're just going to wait. And I don't know, 0.5. Honestly, we shouldn't have to do anything. We should just be able to pass. Wait until condition is met. Basically wait until abandon game is completed. And ideally we'd have a better error message than this. Better state message than this. So, okay, let's try this. Okay. Let's hit play, let's run. Okay. We're moving around. Now let's see if it'll work here. Okay. I don't know what, I gotta figure out what I need to catch, what PyCharm's doing here. You know, I feel like it's, oh, it stopped it, but nothing happened. Interesting. Yeah, interesting. Let's see what happens when we run the, okay, let me make this. Okay. The agent's moving around. Well, not actually yet, but I think this is just a simple random agent. Ooh. We did that. Okay. Oh, you know, it breaks out of the loop.run forever. That's the problem. That's the problem. We have to go back into the loop. Just go back into the loop. Oh my goodness. Right, it's exiting out of this. So loop.run until complete. So I almost wonder, can we just do this? Loop.run forever. Just run it again and let it begin deleting the game. And then we could just have it call self.close from within it. I almost wonder if here we could just do self dot. self dot, can you just do self dot send close? Will that work? Code, can we just leave it blank? Okay. I want to try this. Because the fact that we set this equal to true should just be enough. And then I don't think we need to do any of this either. I think we can just comment all this out. Okay, let's try this and see what happens. All right. All right, players moving around. Oh, attempt to send on a closed protocol. So it's closing somehow. Interesting. Maybe I can't just do run forever. I have to actually restart it. Can I just do this again? Huh, it breaks out of it. Yeah, why is that not enough? What happens? Is this so? Why is this all so difficult? PyCharm debug stop. Run code to close. Yeah, this is all I want. Sounds a sig kill signal. Oh wow, is it really that hard? Huh. Should I be doing the... Huh. But I catch the keyboard interrupt on the terminal. So... Oh... Oh, but this is for sea lion, not PyCharm. Oh, so this is just being killed, so there's nothing you can do. Wow. Okay. So it looks like, well, I don't know. But it looks like catching it in PyCharm might not be a thing. Which is a little bit of a bummer. I guess, I don't know, we could build a little interface where like a human could press something. But it looks like that's out. So, yeah, it's kind of a bummer. You know what let's do instead? This is not as nice of a solution, but let's go to the config file and let's say maximum number of actions to execute. And let's just say it's 100. So now what we can do is we can say basically this is on open, start sending messages, and let's do actions. Actions sent is equal to 0. So every time we send an action, which is here, or eventually we'll get to it, now ready to send an action. Next action is here. Okay, here we go. Self dot action sent plus equals 1. And then I think we want to say if self dot actions sent let's do this somewhere else in the state checks, right? So then I think let's go back to close. We're not going to do it in the close on close. We're not going to do it here. We're going to move it, but before we do, so let's just say def check for action limit reached. This doesn't have to take the JSON message. This is just going to do basically return self.action sent greater than or equal to, oh, that's cool. Sorry, not that. Oh yeah, maybe yeah, config dot web server config dot max actions. Okay, and then if that is true, we'll do that. Check for action limit reached. So here we'll do here. If self dot check for action limit reached, this is true, then we'll do this. And That should take everything. So now at least you can just set it up to easily have an agent run for a certain number of actions, which that'll be useful. Oh, but then we actually should check for it just real quick, actually. We should make it -1 means there's no limit. Okay, let's do that. Oh, is this? Will it just do it automatically? Oh, no. Okay. It says I can simplify it. I like the way this reads, even if it could be simpler. Right. If the action limit is greater than 0, we don't need to check anything. Sorry, if it's less than or equal to 0, we don't have to check anything. Do greater than or equal to. Okay. So then 100 or -1 means infinity. Infinite number of actions. Don't stop agent after executing certain number of actions. Okay. Yeah. Okay, let's test this out. This is at least somewhat of a decent feature, and we'll at least see if we can get the menus to all work. So let's make sure the game mode is on. I think it's actually good. Let's just do it. Send Pong, game started. It's here. Okay. It's executing actions. Just doing it randomly. I think we'll probably end the stream here around 10, just FYI. Okay, we're at 84 turns, but the agent started in the middle of the game, so probably get to 120, 130 before it stops. While this is running, we're going to update the stream progress log. So basically we failed to do this. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna say consolation prize. Action limit. Oh, terminated due to an error. Attempt to send on close. So what I want to do, Midkey's game was terminated due to an error. Well, so let's see what happens. Because it sent the on close. It didn't like that. Okay. Maybe these exceptions aren't a big deal because it's asynchronous. On close was called, but the agent was still running, right? Huh. That's strange. Anyway, let's set this to be like 20. And let's stop it and run it again. Oh, you see it's still in the game. Let's watch and see what happens. Just terminated due to an error. On close was called. Why was that called and nothing else is being called? Oh, are we? Well, let's just get rid of all of this. We're gonna deal with that later. Okay. And now here. About to send action none? Keep sending none actions. First of all, what agent are we using? Simple random. So we're doing check for action limit reach. Okay. Okay, we're about to send the action. That's just not printing out the right info. It's still doing stuff. Oh, I know why. I know why that's happening. Because we're doing too many things at once. So, right. That's why. So if the game started and right. So this is character creation menu. Select background, select a weapon. If player has died, then there's that. If we're not in a menu and we receive game data and not self dot begin deleting game, then we can do all that. But if we've started to begin deleting game, then we're not doing that. That's the problem. So yeah. Yeah, this code, yeah, we're gonna have to refactor this into like a nice more state friendly design pattern later. So, but for now, let's see if we get it to work. Okay, it's running. Oh my god, it's totally gonna die. Maybe not. Minotaurs are strong. Okay, it's terminated due to an error. So let me go ahead and hide this PowerShell window. Okay. I just don't understand. Action limit reached, and then it just immediately freaks out and closes. We're not, yeah, we should be sending stuff here. Oh, I think it's all sending it super fast, one after another. Yeah, I think that's why. I think I need to make these else if statements. Only do one at a time. I think that might just be the problem. Also, it's good to sending control Q to abandon character, sending yes confirmation to abandon character, sending first enter following okay. And then actually, I think to close, we just want to do if self dot start new game on death. So if not, then we send the close. And also, if the player died. If not, start new game on death, send close. Okay. So let's hit run. Oh, it's probably gonna, oh no, it killed it, cool. All right. All right, it worked. Oh, it did it a lot faster than I thought. Or maybe it just didn't print it out. But DCSS protocol. Oh, yeah. Whoops. This is config. Yes, that's right. That's right. Okay. So let's try this again. Character creation. Cool. This is working. Okay, so it'll run for 20 actions. Okay, so it's a little more functionality than we had before. It's still not as clean as catching the signal interrupt, but maybe that's just too fancy. Okay, we're deleting the game, and then it should just quit. Okay. Cool. I think after send close, it should just do sys.exit. And we can just do a 0. And let's do this here. Okay. Let's run it again. Selecting the weapon. Okay. Okay. Huh, it's not calling system.exit 0. Maybe that's just because... Yeah, why is that? I don't know. Okay. I don't know why that is. Let's just remove this. I don't even know if anybody wants to use that. Let's just forget all that. And let's just have it just start a new game. So. Alright, we got the agent. Starting again. 5, 6, or we're almost at 10 actions. Okay. It should start a new game. Oh, no. Now we need to reset these. Reset before next game. Where is this being called? That's the only place. Oh, that's where I had set it. Okay, let's put all of them here. Okay, and okay, I think this will work. Oh, whoops, spectated too soon. Okay. Okay, it closed with the action limit, and then it should... Oh, wait. Where is it? Where do these state checks happen? They only happen on message, right? Perform state checks only happens on message. Haha, on message. So actually, I could just do this when we send it. Yeah, let's just do that. I think I don't have to do these. Sending second enter, third enter. I think but either way, we can just reset it here. Okay. I think this will work. And just to make it a little more interesting before we close out here, let's see if we can get the fast downward. See if we can do that. All right, new game, selecting background weapon. Cool. All right, agent's trucking along. Now it's stuck. There are now one previous agents. I wonder why it's not. So we are doing that. But we should be in the lobby. Right? We're in the lobby. Oh, it's because we're resetting before we get to the lobby. So okay, we will pick up on this where we left off. But yeah, we'll pick up on this next week. And thank you all for tuning in. I know it wasn't the most exciting night looking into some Audubon issues and other things. But yeah, we made progress. And that's what counts. We now have all game modes working. Need to finalize agent restarting. So we're going to leave off there. And then, you know, we have more stuff to do. We're going to develop some cooler agents over the next few weeks. So stay tuned. And if you'd like, as you can see, it's kind of just me right now working on the API and everything. So if you are interested, please feel free to play around with the GitHub, submit issues if you find any problems or style or anything like that, and you want to work on something. I think there's a lot of things to do. Oh, and the last thing I just wanted to show before I go off here is that I added a roadmap. So I'm pretty excited about this. I kind of laid out what I see is as the vision to reach a version 1.0. So I wonder, yeah, it's not too big here. I don't know if you can see, but basically I don't even think we're at version 0.1 yet. And so the sprint game mode being supported, that's now supported. So actually I want to update that. So how do you do strike through in Markdown? Twice in a row. So can I do this? Use double tildes around the words. So this. Yes, sprint game mode is supported. So that's done. Right. So these are the other things that I see as a vision for getting to version 0.1. We basically have items in cells can be parsed by the game state. We add PDDL actions for picking up, equipping, dropping, taking off, and more for items. So basically that means we can actually start to have a planning agent that is able to, pick up items, equip them, get stronger. We also need to, there's a lot more things to do. So that's just version 1. The other thing I think, so the way that I've been doing these videos is that I have a little AI agent, very simple AI agent that I'm running and playing the game, and I'm debugging as I go, just kind of as it runs into things. I think what's going to be much better is, or a little bit will allow us to debug in a more focused manner, will be to make a class that acts as a pass-through for the human player to play the game. So that's one of the things I think we really need for version 0.1, and that's going to help us build out the rest of the API. And also for someone who, I think it's also useful for AI research, right? So if you want to run a user experiment and you want to have people play the game, but you want to log everything they're doing, like how much time they're taking and anything else, it'd be nice if you could have access to the API while they play. So that's something we can work on as well. And I think getting these things would mean we have a version 0.1, right? We can play all the game modes. We can do items. We have a little bit more of a complete PDDL file, and we have a human pass-through. Then then version 0.2, is all about different state representations and getting a simple planning agent and a simple reinforcement learning agent working on the tutorial game mode. And then there's a bunch of other stuff. And I think finally versions, like 0.7 onward is mostly going to be doing like a lot of refactoring and cleaning up and getting it into pip and etc. So I want to get a lot of the core functionality there first, and then do it. So if you'd like to contribute, check out this roadmap, check out the code, or just fork it and do your own thing and play around. And if there's anything you think you could contribute, we'd love to have you join us. So with that, thank you all. Have a great Thursday night and a great weekend. And we will see you next Thursday at 7:30. All right. Thank you. Have a good night.